Peace world. Just wanted to talk before I went into work today to go deal with the youth. And I wanted to talk about the youth. I wanted to talk about the best approaches that I've actually had and experienced when it comes to teaching the youth. And I just mean techniques, not necessarily subject matter. And that's key because the foundational techniques are more important most times than the subject matter because all subjects talk about life, but if it doesn't get taught in a way that the kids can apply or just people in general can apply what they're learning to their own lives, then it's not really information being taught. It's not really education going on. So with that being said, the best way that I found to teach the youth or to teach people in general is to let them lead their own lessons. What do I mean by that? It doesn't have to be a structured time frame when you come to the class or whatever, but whenever you're in front of a person, when you're in front of the youth or somebody else that is seeking knowledge and information, just let them ask the questions, like literally, and then be prepared to answer those questions. I feel like as a real teacher, as a true teacher, as an educator, you should be well versed enough to answer just about any question thrown to you, especially even if it's just pointing somebody in the right direction to find the true answer themselves. But you should know a little bit about everything that you're teaching to at least help people answer questions that may be a little deeper than something that you may have researched because it doesn't necessarily apply to you personally. So with that being said, like if a kid comes and asks a question while I'm in the garden, I can structure a whole lesson around, I don't know, anything in the garden, the plant structures or how a plant grows, the different phases of a plant. I can tell you, oh yeah, it has like seeds to roots to stems to leaves to flowers to fruits to seeds again, which is dope. Or we can just be in the garden and doing some quote unquote fun stuff like digging in the dirt or checking out flowers, and then a kid will just ask me, hey, what kind of flower is that? Oh, why is the bug over there on that flower? Or why does this flower smell that way? Those questions are the time for actual education because that's when you know that the kid is truly interested because they went out of their way to ask a question that wasn't solicited. So keeping that in mind, just thinking about the reality of good education and good teaching, like make it count. If I'm teaching trigonometry and I'm teaching at an urban school where all the kids are like so caught up in rapping or playing sports or making money or anything else, I'm going to like associate it with just math in general, trig with an algebra with like shooting hoops. Now I mean playing pool, hitting that baseball at an angle so that it goes and that it doesn't go as a foul ball, but it goes high enough with the force behind it. Now we're talking about physics. I'm going to teach it in a way that makes sense to whoever it is I'm teaching to, and that requires as an educator that you actually learn and begin to pay attention to the individual person that you're actually educating. It's real. Like every time I go into one of my youth programs, whether it be 10 kids or 70, I literally know everything. Not everything, but I have a general understanding of who these kids are, what they're going through, what they went through today, what they went through last week. I go out of my way to make sure that they're good. I ask questions. I let them talk to me, let them vent. Even though I'm just a farm instructor, I am way more than that. Like literally, even as a farm instructor. And that's not to say overstep your boundaries and necessarily try to make them your own kids or anything like that, but just keep it real with them because at the end of the day, the real learning is about life and not necessarily about trying to get a job somewhere. That's a piece of it, but that's the thing, it's just a piece of it. When they're asking these life questions, you can tie it into your profession, literally, and if you can't tie in life questions to your profession, then are you really a professional at it? Or are you just one with a lot of information other people don't have? Are you really passionate about it? Is it really a lifestyle for you? Or are you just living that career? You get what I mean? Like, if it really is a part of you, then you'll be able to tie in whatever you do to any aspect of life because you really are passionate about living that life. So, again, just keeping in mind, like, when you reach the kids, do that. If I'm teaching math and it's a kid out here who likes to make money. All right, how can we do that? How can we set you up to do that in the right way? Like, it's easy money. Let's talk about algebra. Let's talk about what these letters mean and how you can use that to really count your bread, or even count your potential bread that you're gonna make just off of knowing better. Like, let's talk about finances. Let's talk about just management of finances. Let's talk about what it means to be a business person. Let's talk about good practices, ethics. Let's talk about all that and relate it to real life. Let's do that, because if we're not doing that, then it just becomes a boring session. And although some people in life have adapted to this culture of sitting somewhere and retaining information and maybe even being able to regurgitate it at the right times, the real thing is we want people to be educated and know how the information that's coming in can relate to their personal lives, or the people that they truly care about, that's always on their mind, and how they could use it to apply it to make a better situation out of the situation that they're going through at the moment. So again, when you're teaching, the key to teaching is to answer the questions as they come, and to be thorough enough to redirect questions if questions start to get out of hand and get way off topic, just because people are just trying to show you, or the kids are just trying to regurgitate information they just seen on the internet or something, and it just goes straight left field. I know there needs to be structure in education, somewhat, if you're trying to get a point across, and sometimes it takes like 100 points to really get to what you're trying to teach, which is cool. So you don't want to veer off of that track. But again, like, there's ways around to, like, answer questions and then bring it back in. I love to answer questions with questions. I love to get minds thinking, whether it's youth or adults. And that's not on trying to avoid the answer or anything like that. But it's just like, when you have somebody answer their own questions, they usually don't forget that. Literally, like, especially if you're not somebody like a parent or something who's always in their face and they feel like they gotta remember the response. So it's just like, again, catering to the needs of the mind in front of you, no matter how old they are. They could be the old person, an adult, or a young person, or even a baby who can't even talk, but really paying attention to the communication and just catering to that and answering those questions is really all that we all need. And being responsible enough to answer those questions in a real, pure-hearted way, and keeping it real. Like, don't get so righteous that you just shut a question down because you feel like it may be too much for a kid to know, anything like that. It's your job to present it in a way that is good for a kid to hear at their level, but still present the truth. And again, because you never know what is necessary and what might be necessary to move forward. So keeping that in mind, that's one of the greatest techniques that I've ever had as far as teaching goes, and as far as just reaching people and educating people and having that impact. I often get people come to me and say, oh, it was so insightful, so enlightened. And that wasn't necessarily my goal, but I feel like they feel that way because they actually were able to connect on a personal level, because the questions were personal and the answers were personal, to the point where they're answering most of their questions themselves, even if I give them a little jump start as far as like how to find that answer, or what to be looking for in that answer, what's really important about the question that they're asking, and what the overall theme is of what is trying to be said and trying to be taught at the same time. So again, keep that in mind. Always reach people where they're at when you're educating, because if not, it just becomes more of just a force-fed, authoritative type, I know more than you, I'm better than you, I'm older than you, I have more power than you type thing, I'm more privileged than you. But in reality, it's like we're all trying to learn and we're all trying to build. So meet people where they're at. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for listening. I appreciate y'all. Boom.